Yes. Okay. Wicked. Awesome. Rock and roll. How is everyone doing today? Have I got the mic on? Good. I do, because otherwise that intro would have been completely wasted. So I have got my plan for today is number one. I'm going to answer generally sort of questions, and I've kind of got some pre-prepared questions as well that I'm going to answer. It's like the mystery as to why is my username Zach Fear, when that's not my real name. There's, and plenty more as well. So we've got a lot to look forward to today. Now, if you were paying attention last episode, we ran into a bit of a snag, a little bit of a roadblock, and I was trying to work out how to fix it, and then and I realised, and it's one of those things where sometimes the way to fix something is, and I don't know if anyone else agrees with me here, but I find if I essentially just switch off anything electronic, anything that's making sound, and I'm just sort of almost staring just at something blank, then I can my brain can then just kind of work out, because there's no distractions. And I found the answer, but I've kept everything in, so I can then kind of fix, and I can show exactly what I did to be able to fix it. So first of all, I'll show you that we have actually, so the problem that we had was, now I have got a button. I have set it up so that if I press E, I create 49 attackers. Okay, so I'm pressing E now. Oh, it's 51. Okay, forget that. So anyway, 51 is fine. So what's going to happen is 50 is created, and then one more is after. So I have now fixed that, but I want to show you exactly how I've done that, because basically there was something that was kind of obvious. So here's where all the code. Let's see, where were we? So, yes, okay, so basically, all of this code here, it was... we first started trying to put it here, and it didn't work. And then we thought, well, what if we put it near the end here? And it still didn't work. So what is this code? So now, like, this is where it was last time, and I've literally just copied and pasted this and put it over here. And technically, because we're in a for loop where we're using int I had to change all of these to j, or otherwise it wouldn't work. But literally, that's it. What's happening in here? So first of all, we're getting a debug log to work out our bean scripts count. So this should always be 50. We're then oh yeah, no, this line here as well. So this is waiting for all the beans that have been spawned to actually arrive in their place. So I don't know if you noticed when I showed you, but the first 50 are spawned, right? But then it's actually, before the next one is being spawned, it's waiting for all the 50 to arrive in place, and that's what we're doing here. Because we have this number of beans moving, and when we're doing, where is it? This routine, right? So bear in mind, we're doing this for however many beans we're creating, right? And when we're doing this routine, we're having number of beans moving plus plus, right? So it's adding 1 to it. So when we're doing 50, it's doing it really quickly. So this number's going to get really high. Like, it's going to get to like almost 50. But while they're moving over, and it's doing all of this here, we can probably get rid of all these debugs now as well. Let's go tidy things up a little bit as well. Right. Okay, I'm not doing this very efficiently. Right. So now that we've got, yeah. Oh yeah, we're just getting rid. I'm just getting rid of these because these would be trying to diagnose where the problem was lying, but it makes so much more sense to not have it in here and just have it somewhere else. The ability to create the little 50 tag. But we're still actually quite heavy into this saga. Like when I say the saga, the saga of having more than 50, because at the moment all I've done is I've made it so that attacking beans can go beyond 50. But no higher than 100. Now, what we're hopefully looking to do today is the ability to go beyond 100. Essentially, so this, whatever's on that little signpost is going to go like 50, 100, 150. I haven't done that at all. I haven't even worked out how I'm going to do that, but I'll work it out. It's fine. It's no problem. So we can get rid of all this as well. So this was basically what I was trying to work out before, but I think we're now sorted. Because one thing that I'm still puzzled with. Oh, yeah. So the problem is this number here, number of units in line, was. No, I can't remember. No idea. I know that I did. Yeah, I know that this one worked, and it's like I did that. Yeah. Anyway, so this is all good. So we're just cleaning up a little bit here. We can get rid of this now, as well. Right. So, right. Okay, that feels a bit better, doesn't it? Just clearing some rubbish. Okay. It's still not super clean. We can, yeah, when I see debug stuff, I think this was stuff from ages ago, but I can clean that up as well. Okay, let's do a nice little save, see where we're rocking. Okay, so we have, at the moment, we've sorted for number of units, like for when it goes, yeah, like I say, above 50, but not above 100, and we want to make it so that that number where it says, yeah, we want to just keep clicking it up each time. Now, I haven't really done the code for that yet, but I'm going to kind of like see. I'm just it shouldn't be super difficult. So attack building script. Now one thing as well, another thing that I did was, even though I don't know, hold on, let's just have a quick look. Find all references. Right, there's no reference to this at any point. So like, but I did create this. So the attack building script has got access to our over 50 beans script. I really should call it over 50 attacker bean script. I guess an S. And I should probably, there's a chance we might not even need this, but over 50 armoured attacker bean scripts. But it's more like I'll do that. We're gonna come back to that later. So now there's a few little things that we need to work out as well, because it's not just that I did. I did something else somewhere here. So I've called this the 50 number attackers in line. So the purpose of this number, this is always going to be a multiple of 50. Okay. So where are we up to? So what's actually happening when we're creating the beans? So if ever the, like, right at the end here, we're having number of attackers in line plus equals the number of beans. And then if the number is greater than 50, we're minusing 50 and then adding 50 to there. So what that means is when we're looking to get the number of attackers, we're going to have attacker beans script count plus 50 number attackers in line. Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah, I just need to get rid of that. And I may as well put the others in here, plus attackers armoured in line. I can't, it's going to be, yeah, but I'd rather kind of get it all sorted, because it won't be much effort to get it for one, so this should be fine. Right, so let's go. So everything's all about, this is what we're working on at the moment. Okay, right, brilliant. Okay. Now, let's. This is just going to be. I think we might create an error message. There might be problems. Let's find out like where the what we can do. So first of all, I'm going to. I've got a button that creates 51 attackers. And so we know that these are all going to be created. And then this is going to smoke some over. Then we create another one. Brilliant. Right, so now I'm going to press it again. And so, aha! Right, that's exactly what I was looking for. Okay, so that's just purely because we've got something interfering, which is fine. Okay. Right. So, what we kind of want to happen, so converting 50 to mini array. So at the moment, it's always creating it at the same place. Let's have a look. So we're always creating it at that 0.6. Obviously, I don't like just having sheer numbers here. There is, we'll be able to fix that in a little while. Oh, there's actually a very easy way of fixing that. I say very easy. Yeah, let's go fix that. So we know this is going to just require a little bit of maths here. So we just want to work out. Let's see. So building info struct. So let's go to definition. All right. We're going to have. Oh, okay. This is actually likely a lot easier than I thought. Okay. So we've just got to work out what we're doing to this vector to make it equal to this vector. So, and it's as simple as, so 0.6. Let me just try and work this out. Okay. And so, this does make sense. Don't worry. Trust me. So public vector 3 50 vec. Okay. So let's go back to here. Right, where are we? Okay. Right, it's around here. It's close to here. We're almost there. Right, that's it. 0.6 and 2.5. So we just need to have building struct dot 50 vec equals end equals building struct dot end vec plus new vector 3 minus 0.4f and 0.5. Why have I done all of that? What does that mean? We're basically, like this particular line of code, I can soon just copy and paste to all the others. When I'm eventually at the stage where we can get like more than 50 of all the types of units, not just attackers. So now that we've done that, we can go over here and summon this at the bis.50vec. Okay, fantastic. Right, so now that we have got that sorted, now I just want to check that works. So we're going to, yeah, don't worry, we're almost there. Okay. So I'm going to press the button again, and now hopefully the 50 unit thing is going to not quite spawn where I want it to spawn. Have I got the minuses wrong? No, I haven't. So I'm just going to have a little debug here. debug.log bis.50vec. Just to check that that is still the 50 vec. That should still be this value here. So it should be 0.6, 2.5. But let's just double check that. This would be good, actually. This would be one of those sort of capers that I'll be like, why is it not picking this up? But it shouldn't be. It shouldn't take too long. Hopefully this won't be too big a problem. Oh, it's just 0. Okay, for some reason, over here, it's saying that's 0. Why is that the case? Oh, because I didn't save. I didn't save. Everything's fine. We're out. Take it away, Jim. Take it away. No, we're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. So, yeah, I just didn't save. That's good. Oh, you know... I don't know, it feels like it's like a really good murder mystery, and then like 10 minutes in it's like, oh, by the way, it was him. I was hoping for a proper like drama. I wanted to see all the things happen, but no, I just didn't save. So this should work now. You're disappointed that it was easy to fix. Yes, because I like the problems. Anyway, that's exactly where we wanted it, and this will now kind of keep it sorted for this bit of code where we got that vector. We'll make it easier for later. Right. Okay. Fantastic. Right. Now, I'm going to get rid of that one. I'm going to go on to the big bean transfer. And now we're going to have a big look at... convert this. Convert 50 beans to mini array. So what we want to do when we're doing this, we want to, if there is no array... then we're going to convert. Then we're going to create one, but if there is already one, we just want to add 50 to it, I believe. Yeah. Okay. And one thing, again, the concept of actually when these attackers are actually coming out to attack, I haven't worked out how I'm going to do that yet. But, like, I feel it might be another, like, bit of a challenge. But I reckon, I'm feeling confident. I think we will get there. It will just be a little tricky. Right, anyway, let's go into here. Okay, I've got another plan. I mean, I say another plan. It's something that will make an awful lot of sense. Even though it's looking like it's making things more confusing, it's fine. We're going to have a public over 50 bean script. Over 50 bean script. And that's just going to be another thing that we're going to change. So I'm going to put this over here. Over 50 bean script. Oh no, hold on. Over 50 attackers bean script. That's the thing that we want. So that we're going to pass as an argument. Well, not as an argument. We're going to put it into this structure. So, okay. So at the moment, there's nothing happening here, but we are going to. Yeah, this is fine. Everything's fine. I got a plan. When you say everything's fine, that normally means something's going wrong. No, it's fine. Everything's fine. It's all good. So at this point here, we're simply just moving all the beans over, which is absolutely fine. Okay. Sorry. I was just checking as well that when we're converting all of the 50 beans into one signpost, we are waiting for it to all be done. So here, there's like that's a bit in a good way. It's a good bottleneck. So it's waiting for everyone to turn, and then it's going into then it's going to go on to the next one. So here's where we just need to. Okay. So if BIS, oh yes, okay, that's fine. So what we actually need to do, which is fine, it's no problem, is we're going to put another new argument, which is going to be over 50 bean script, which is all good, and because remember, I have to do everything with with coroutines all the time. So now there should be a bit of an error message here, which is fine. I think this is still fine. If over 50 bean script is equal to null, then we're going to create it, and we're going to summon it as well. And while it's busy summoning, everything's fine. Okay. Otherwise, we're going to do something else. Let's go into the over 50 bean script. Go to definition. Oh, this is quite simple. Okay, so we're just going to have we're going to have a public void, and so instead of actually summoning it, if there's one there already, I kind of want it just to bounce and then update. So update number of update 50s. Private enumerator update 50s routine. Busy equals true. Busy equals false. Start coroutine. Update 50s routine. What are we actually going to update it to? So just so there's no error messages, I'm just going to fit in a cheeky there. We just got to work out exactly how we're going to get to this number. So I think what we probably need is we're going to have a public integer, which is 50s int. Okay, right. So bean amount, so summon. So in theory, it's always going to summon and have 50. However, we'll keep this here because we may as well keep it simple. And yeah, 50s int. 50s int equals bean amount. $50s int equals bean amount, and the text, it's not actually gonna, it's just gonna be 50s int. It doesn't matter too much. 50s int. Okay. 50s int to string. Come on, everyone must know what I'm talking about. Okay, so so updating should, in theory, which should just be 50s int plus equals 50. Like I say, this is going to be a massive challenge when we're looking to actually attack with these 50, with more than 50 units. But we'll cross that bridge. It'll be fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to have int chum equals mover.instance.boink2size. I've forgotten what I've called our transform. What's our over 50 trans? Over 50 trans. Target vector 3.1. Time to take 0.5 seconds. That might be too long, but we'll have a look. Size amplification 1.5. And that just means it's going to get 1.5 times bigger. And decimal off first place, this can be a number between 0 and 1. And if it basically shows, so decimal off first point, if it's 0.5, then like 50% of the time it's going to be growing, and the remaining 50% is going to be shrinking. And let's go, we can make it a little bit fancier as well. So we can have float time equals 0. While time is less than 0.25f, time plus equals time dot delta time, yield return null. Like, actually, it's a good time to actually have this discussion. And I think we can actually, like, even though there's a few things I'm looking to check, I kind of want to have a good sort of explanation. Mover.instance. S2f bool chum. Because I've kind of browsed over quite a lot of this, and I kind of want to explain everything bit by bit. Like, you know, just purely because there's a few things which I've just kind of done and not really explained. So we'll go through each bit. Like, because I think this is a good shining example where I can let everyone know so much good, useful information. Because there's a lot of what I'm doing are routines like this. So, what are we doing straight off the bat? So this is when we're updating the 50s. So let's just start from there. Why have I got a function that is saying go do this routine? Why can't we just start the routine straight away? And there's a good reason for that, because from what I'm to understand, and I've tried this before, I've tried starting coroutines, because, like, hypothetically I could have this public, and I could call the coroutine from another like another script, but I have found just through practice, and it's one of those things where it's like a sort of trial and error thing, I guess. But I used to try and start like coroutines from like another place, but it's just it really does add a whole layer of confusion that you just simply don't need. It doesn't always work. yeah, it's just given me so much grief the times that I have. So it's better, I find, if you've got a coroutine that you want to call from another function, you basically make this function so that the whole coroutine is being called from within its own script. So anyway, right, so that's why I've done this to then go into here. Right, so busy, what I want, I've got a tradition of always having a public bool in almost every script that I've got, which is simply busy. And that is, like, it's not always even necessarily needed, but that means that we know that if it is busy, it's doing something. And that can be very useful when using other coroutines. It's just so invaluable. So that's good. Right, I have created a float variable called time. We'll get back to that. Right, now here's what I really wanted to do. This is where we can go into quite a bit of depth, and I'll explain everything going on here. So boink to, so I've got a mover.instance.boink to size, right? And then I've got a bunch of stuff that I'm putting into it, right? So this whole mover is a singleton script that I created, must have been, say, 3-4 years ago. And its general purpose is manipulating transforms. So that means, as in, we can change the scale, we can change the size, and it can do a few other things as well. But it's just like my first ever. Let's actually go into it. So we're going to go to the definition. Don't worry, it's going to look a little scary, but it's fine. It's fine. Stick with me. So go to definition. So we'll actually start. Right. Okay. Whoa. Hold on. Yeah, I know it's quite a lot, and all of this. All of these functions are closed down, so there is a lot going on here. But I think the best way to start is going from move to point, because this was the first function that I made in this one, and this one, the purpose is, and it's very simple, you put in a transform, you tell it a vector that it needs to go, and you tell it how long it's going to be. So if it was in vector 0, 0, 0, and it needed to move to 1, 1, 3, you'd put in the transform, and then put in the vector. And so what's actually going on here? We are setting a large group of variables, and this is the key bit. We've got this get chum number, and boolean, because it's also, if you've noticed, it's returning an int. Why would it do that? What's the point in that? I will explain. So what's actually, I can't even remember what's happening in here. Oh yeah. So this is fine. So what we're actually doing is we are yeah. So first of all, we're making a number, which we're going to call chum. Why did I decide chum? That is, I just decided it one day, and I use it for everything. There's not actually too much. This doesn't make an awful lot of logical sense. So we're getting that equal to 0, right? And we're now cycling through all of the S2F bools. Now, I have made it so that the number of transforms is 1,000 or something. So if there's stuff going on already, then it will just pass. Or yeah, it will go into this, right? And then chum plus plus. So it's basically cycling. It's going from 0 to the end of the number of booleans that we have until it finds one that isn't true. Right, and then we are returning that number, okay? And then we're making that one true. And the purpose of all of this is, well, I'll explain it. So we now know this boolean here is true. This is just a matter of putting all the information that we got there into here, because, and we're actually going to start this move to point routine with an argument of chum. So we know that we can just access all of these with that number. It's partly laziness, because in a way I could have actually just manually put in all of these. But I feel I think it's cleaner. So this move to point routine, we are just putting in chum. So we know, and I've called it S2F number. That will make sense a bit later. So S2F is just simply start to finish. And what's actually going on here is, like, this is the most simple one, and you'll probably feel as though there's probably a bit more code than is needed. But we've got the start vec, which is essentially just the position of our like our transform that we're putting in, and then the finish vec, which is, as we know, is the target vec. Bam, bam, bam. And we're creating a float, which is time to take. And now there's a reason. Why have I got this? Yeah, so we've created a float, which is float, which is 0, and we're having while time plus time.delta time is less than our current amount of time, our amount of time that we want it to take. So we'll come back to all of that later, don't worry about that. But so while we are waiting, we're adding more to our time somewhere, right? And we're also having a check to see if the trans is not equal to null, because there is the concept of something. Let's just say we're moving something from one place to another and it's going to take 5 seconds. Let's just say in second 2 there might be another bit of code from somewhere else that's destroying this transform, and it was a common regular error message that I was running into. So we are just checking that our transform is still exists, right? And actually, you know what? Things can clean up a little bit here. We can say this. So this is the Boolean that we set earlier. So we set it to true. But if it is, if this does equal null, so we're checking. So it should be existing. But if it doesn't, all we're actually doing is making this one false. So when it actually gets to the end, it comes back here, sees that this is false, and ignores all of this. Right? And what's actually happening, this bit here, is simply there's probably a simpler way of doing this, but this is the code of getting the average of, like... So yeah, and again, I created a float called chom, which is the amount of time that's currently happened over the total amount of time that we're looking for it to take, right? So that'll always give you a number between 0 and 1, and so we're just having the start vec equal a proportion of the. We're having the target vec that we're looking to go to, the A vec. I can't remember why I called it A vec. There was probably a good reason, but it's going to be a proportion of the start vec and a proportion of the finish vec. Because if you think 1 minus something, and that, they will always equal to 1. So it's going to be a percentage of both vecs. So that's the starting vec and the finish vec. And then we're just equaling it to that. Now, over here, what's happening over here? This is now, we're checking that if the Boolean is still true, because it would be made false here, but if the Boolean is true and our transform is not equal to null, so if both of these things are correct, we're now just making it equal the finish vec. Alright, so it's just clicking it into place. You don't necessarily need this, but that means that you won't always get exactly where you want to move it to the point. So if you wanted to get it to vector 222 or whatever, it wouldn't quite get there because there's no point where it's actually exactly equaling 1. So this just kind of confirms that it reaches the exact point. Okay. Oh, this S2F ticker. Oh, yeah. This, I don't really need this anymore, but when, in my early days, like, as long as this is above, this integer here is above 0, then we know something is moving. And sometimes the sort of more basic version that I would do things would be, I would get a bunch of things to move, and then I would just, in the routine, I'd have a, I'm going to undo this, but while S2F ticker is greater than 0, right? So I would have that bit of code, like yield return null, and that would be like, okay, we're just going to wait till everything that is moving has now finished moving. Right. Oh, hold on. Am I getting a bit of lag? I'm not sure. Anyway, so anyway, that's what I used. That's what I used to do. I still keep it there. It's not actually doing any harm to anyone. There we go. And we are right at the end. We're making the transform equal to null and the Boolean false. So the purpose, the reason I put so much effort into this Boolean is because over here what we've done is we actually got the chum number from how I showed earlier, and then we've got a while loop that is waiting for this chum, this Boolean, which is number chum, to be false, and then so we're actually, so it's going to do something, and it's going to be wait to be false, and then as soon as it's false, we can then allow this to no longer be busy. I'm glad I have done that. I know that was probably a little bit it might have been a little bit wordy and a little bit boring, and I do apologise. I think it's more just I'm glad to have shown that. So all of the other scripts, like where I've got point to size, are just variations of what I've done with the move to point script. It's like this one, don't worry, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but we're getting a few more variables, but not that much more. We're setting it all up. We're still using the chum number the way that we did. There's, like I say, it's getting the amplified vec. There's, this was just purely because if we're actually looking to shrink something, I did have this little bit of code just to deal with it's still working while it's shrinking. But essentially, even though this is a little bit more complicated, this is like using exactly the same principle as I did. But all of these have all been like my own little, like each one of these has taken me a good amount of time to actually just get right. So, and it's like on a kind of random, unrelated note, the rotation ones were quite difficult when I wanted to have something rotate over a certain period of time, purely because trying to deal with minus x, so let's just say minus 90 x on the Euler is exactly the same as 270. But like that was a good challenge. I remember actually I finally nailed it, but that one did take me a while because you're trying to work out. Yeah, anyway, but it's fixed. I'm not going to bore you with how I did that. I've probably bored you enough already. Right. So let's have a look. So the 50s int is plus equal 5. Okay. So this is quite a basic thing. Okay. So I think we're still going to run into problems, but so if it is equal to null, we're creating it. Otherwise, we're going to have over 50 bean script dot update 50s, because that's all it actually needs to do. And then while over 50. Yeah. Because I know there is argument that I could somehow get hold of the attack building script of the 50s number, but I think we can actually keep them as separate entities. So Let me just put these green things in. There we go. It'll just look a bit nicer. And both of these are causing the 50s bean script to be busy. So we've got this to cater for both of them, and then we're going to false. Okay, so we're still not out of the woods, but I'm going to have a little test, work out where we are. I feel that I still haven't actually fixed the original problem that we had. But I think it's... Oh, let's have a look. Oh, yes. Okay, so that's, yeah, I just made another argument there, which I just needed to put in. That's no problem. So another big thing that I want to check as well is that once we've made our first lot of 50, that our attacker building script has got access to the 50s script. It's got a reference, and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm just going to press E. Right. Okay, so that's worked. Oh, KO2 fan, how you doing? Oh, wicked. Yeah, we've got... yeah, I thought like kind of this is going to be a sort of stream where I answer... I've got a few questions that I've got sort of lined up, and if ever there's any questions that you're looking to ask, I can answer them for you. We have created this. Right, the thing that I wanted to check. So I think we're still going to get the same error message, but yeah, let's have a look. But anyway, how are you doing though? That's cool actually. It's cool. I've got to say, I do like the look of that that game that you're sort of like working on, the Tim. Is it Tim Baudet? Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. Right. So that's fine. Ooh. Okay, that's an interesting thing. Ah, this might be where the problem lies. We haven't actually cleared this at any point, but that's fine. I can do that. Tim Baudet. Ah, okay. Yeah. It's like, it actually looks like a proper sort of one of those games that you can like really kind of like get into, because what I liked about that is the reset time is really quick as well. So you fail and you're just back into it. It's what like, you know, good modern games do now, and I enjoy that. Right. Now I did have a plan over. Okay. Right. Okay. So I've learned something here. So this, I was hoping I would actually get this to actually sort of get access to that, but that's not too much of a problem. We'll work that out. Oh wow! Oh, that's awesome. Oh really? Is that the whole game? Less than 2 hours? Yeah. Like I think there's, you know, there could be. I know that, like, you know, when you think of sort of, was it Celeste? I know Celeste has a few levels where there's no checkpoints in. I mean, I think it's one of the last levels is on like Farewell, where kind of like the thing that makes it so hard is that it's not actually any one particular bit, but it's like, you know, if you're doing it optimally, the level is still going to take 3 minutes, and any mistake, it's like kind of, it took me literally like, I think, half a day to do. So a technique could be just having one massive long level with no particularly difficult parts, but something where it is just a proper sort of grind. Right, so that, I'm kind of gutted that has not got hold of that. So let's try and work out why. dude. Yeah. No, that's fair enough. I think like because yeah, there's I know that because I mean I'm comparing it to games like Celeste just purely because it has got that sort of like oh just keep trying, I'll keep going, you know, resets really quickly, you know, get straight back into it. Because yeah, it's like kind of I think one of my favourite ever levels is it's one of the seasides, one of the really difficult ones on Celeste, that I think I was literally playing it for about 8 straight hours trying to do this one level, and I finally did it, and I was like yes, you know. And it's like some people get annoyed, they're thinking, well, I've been trying to do this for 8 hours, I'm getting it. I was just loving it. It's like because I learned a little bit more each time. Oh wow. Oh nice. Oh, awesome. Right, so, right, where are we up to? So the slight problem we've got is, I think it's because we're putting this into a function. Yeah, right. Okay, let me go into here. Right, yeah. Oh, yeah, is that where the train is kind of like there's a train line going halfway through it and it sort of curves around? Yeah, that looks really cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it looks really awesome. I think there is that genuine kind of like proper, like, oh, I just want to give it another try. It's yeah, absolutely, just looking really good. I think because I saw like one of your earlier streams where you were like mapping everything out, but it was just with slightly more basic like pre-made stuff, and I was thinking, okay, where's he going with this? And then it's like the next episode, it was like, oh right, so there's a whole proper game here. This is it's looking really good. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So what I'm trying to work out is we need to work out, we've got this script here and we want to give it to the attack building script, and I'm trying to work out the most efficient way of doing that. I know plenty of inefficient ways of doing it. Just got to work out the best way. So, because everything is kind of reliant on the attacker building script getting it. Oh. Right. Right. Okay. So I'm gonna stare at this for a little bit longer because I didn't realise. So the problem that we've got. Sorry, this is a bit of a. It's going to be quite difficult to explain, but we want to make sure that like the attack building script has got a script for. In fact, we can make another one as well. Not that it's likely it might never get seen, but I just want to have it there just in case. So it's the over 50 Rangers. Rang. Okay. We want, so whenever there's more than 50 attackers, we want this actual script to have access to them. And so what we're doing is I thought it might be an idea if I just had in here, when we're chucking everything inside, we just put in a reference to this, But that's not quite working. So I've got to, yeah, that's going to be a tough one to work out. Right. Unit type. Right. So for the time being, I'm just going to put in some ugly code just to see if everything else works, and then we're going to cross the difficult one. Oh, fair enough, man. I'll see you in a bit, man. Right. Okay, so ugly code, big ugly code. Let's go for it. We want, yeah. Have we actually got access to the attacker building script? No, but it might be... but I think we have something which does have access to it. I just got to remember where it is. Right. This is going to be a tough one. Let's go back into here. Try and work out where we're at. Yeah, yeah. This is. Oh, okay. We can just have a public building script. Yeah, so it's going to look a little ugly, but we'll get there. So we're just putting another thing into our struct. So this is basically all the information that we're going to chuck through. Now, where are we up to? So all the information's in there. No, it's not. It is there, but that doesn't matter. Oh, okay. So when we're doing that, we can just do that. That's fine. So we're simply just putting the whole building struct as an argument, because then we can just pick and choose all the stuff that we want. So let's go. Here we're going to change this to building script, and we'll keep it as BIS. That's fine. Okay. Right. So now we've got that as an argument. This is going to give us a little bit of grief, but that's no problem at all. So oh, actually, now that I'm actually seeing this, I'm seeing a sort of a much cleaner solution. So all we, yeah, as I say, it's cleaner, but it's still not super clean. So where we've got unit type, we're going to have public string exact unit type. Okay. So like I say, once I've done it for one, I'll have to do it for others as well, but we're going to come back there later. Yeah, exact unit type equals, I'm going to call it non-armored attacker. Okay. Oh no, not armorer. Non-armored attacker. And let me just copy that just in case we need that for later. Okay. This is still ugly, but it shouldn't be as bad as... I think this is still fine. So, over 50's bean script, over 50 bean script equals null. Okay, right. So we're creating this now. This is the ugly bit. This is where the thing which I've been trying to kind of trying to avoid. and I can't quite get it. I can't quite get there. So, switch bis dot did I make it? Why is that not coming up in the autocorrect? Oh, I didn't mean building script. I meant something else. I meant something. Yeah, okay. I see where the problem is. It's fine. Everything's fine. We building info script. Okay, I just put the wrong script in, but that's actually very easy to fix. By the way, this is actually a good reason to try and avoid using abbreviations. So I have got this BIS here, which is kind of bad. It's only just because I've had to type it in about 1,000,000 times. But it is a good idea in general not to use abbreviations, because that didn't take me too long to work out. So BIS dot exact unit type case. Nope. I'm just going to copy from what it was, because I can't remember what I called it. Non-armored attacker. Over 50's bean script equals now bis dot underscore building script dot get component attacker building script dot underscore over 50s. Okay, this is ugly. I know it's ugly. Okay. So what we're doing, we're getting access this way, so we can change this for all the other types of units when we get around to it. And then I think the next thing that we're going to work on, yeah. So we're actually we are getting there. This should be enough, and then it would just be a matter of applying what I've done to this one to all the other forms of recruitment. Okay, so that equals that. That's brilliant. If that equals null, then we do that. If that's all fine. And now what I kind of want to do as well is essentially Control X. Yes. Okay. Yeah, this I don't love. I'm not in love with this, but whenever I have a really ugly switch statement, I just try and put it all in one line, so I can just be like, it's not too bad. That doesn't look too bad. I just need to do a few more of those, and then it's fine. Okay, right. So now let's see if we now have the attack building has access to the 50 banner script. So let's go. Right, so I'm going to press E, which just recruits 51. Okay, that's fine. It's probably fine. Oh, yeah, I know what I've done. This is fine. What I need to do, I need to just be wary of So build info struct dot build script equals this. Okay. Yeah, I forgot to actually assign it. So let's give this another shot. Okay. Right, come on, come on. Okay, that's good. All right, next up, we want to see if this... It does have it. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so the big deal that we've done, so even though this doesn't look super exciting, we want to make sure this building has access to that. So now, okay, right, big talk. Is this going to work? What we're looking to do, I'm going to press the E button. It's going to recruit 51 people. This is going to jump up to 102. We're going to have a bunch of, like, well, 49 extra beans added to here. It's then going to wait for all the beans to arrive, and then they're all going to shrink down, move into that. That's going to bounce, go up to 100. Then 2 more beans are going to be summoned. Right, if this works, then I'm the king of awesome! I mean, I'm probably slightly exaggerating, but come on, right, let's go, let's go, let's go. No! Okay, that's fine. I think I know where the problem is. Oh, yes. I do know what the problem is. I haven't worked out how to fix it, but I do know what the problem is. So what we've actually done... it's when we're creating these bean scripts, yeah, so the problem that we've got is it's for some reason that I can't quite work out. It hasn't got all of these bean scripts. In fact, we've got the bean script.count. This is important. Oh, the bean script.count is 99. Why is that? I mean, it should be 50. That's very weird. I'm just going to have this information here, and we'll see as it tallies up where it kind of goes to. So that's fine. We'll save that. That's good. This is just a little bit of yeah. This is good. We will get there. So we have, like I say, we've made the progress. We've made it so that we can get up to 50, but we just want to be able to get more than 50, because once we've got this, the number can be as high as we like. So I'm keeping a very close eye at the bottom left, where we're going to see, I'll make it a little bit bigger as well. So we're going to see what number this goes up to. So let's go. So it goes all the way up to 50. And then goes one more. Ah, okay. Yeah, okay. All right, I know the problem. Don't know 100% how to fix it, but we can do that. Yeah, actually, I think this might be slightly easier. So, oh, I stopped it, but the problem is the bean scripts. Yeah, okay. I know. Yeah. We just need to do a little bit more code somewhere. It's alright, we can fix it. So I think over here, we're going to have BIS dot underscore building script dot okay. This does definitely feel ugly. So I think this will work. So we're resetting the number of attackers. So let's just give this a shot, see if this does work. This is going to be a tricky one though. So we're going to clear this. Let's have a... Okay, here we go. Right, so this number's still clocking up. It's getting to 50. Oh, yes. That's fine. Okay. Ah. Right. So for whatever reason, that is 49. Okay. Oh, right. Don't worry. We are actually getting closer to the problem. I really didn't actually predict this to be quite as difficult as it is. So what I also want to do, while we're still at this point, I'm going to go into here. So for whatever reason, okay, let me try another thing. Okay, so if we just change this to 48, and this one is still fine at being 1. Okay. So we're going to press play. Yeah, this is, like I say, tricky one, but I reckon we'll get there. We've got our attack building script. And we're kind of keeping a bit of an eye on this number here. So I'm going to press E once we're actually in the game. It's creating all of these. We're up to 48. Okay. Now I've got H to add one more. And then one more still. And I don't know if you've noticed, it can have 50. If it's 50, but one more will convert them down to the little one. So let me press H one more time. So now, that's where the problem lies. So if I were to press H again, yes, okay, for whatever reason, this last one here is not added to the attacker scripts, and I need to work out why. Okay, that's fine. I've got to work out why. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're all good. We might have to use this ugly switch statement again, but that's still shouldn't be too difficult. So what's actually happening at this point here? because I have a feeling... Ah, yes, okay, I know the problem. Right, so this is... Ah, hey, how you doing? Awesome, cool. Ah, wicked. Yeah, I think I'm on a bit of a breakthrough as to the problem. So these... I'm getting hold of all the bean scripts from the attacker building, but the moment that I set it back to 0 and we're having new list, it is no longer the same list. So there is actually... Right, let me... first of all, this is still good code. I don't want to get rid of it altogether, but we might be able to change it. So what I've done here is... so if we actually change this to... Because I don't want to make it a new list. Is there a way of, like, removing all of... remove... Like, I want to just remove them all, and which doesn't make an awful lot of sense. But by resetting it, it's meaning it's no longer has that connection to the original set of bean scripts that we've got. Okay. Remove at range. So if I just have 0 and... Okay, now this might debug.log. Okay, so we want to just see, in fact, let me go get another debug log. Hold on. Current bean scripts. Yeah. Well, I think, like, because overall lists have been really good. Plus dot to string. Lists have been absolutely brilliant, but I think, like, that, you know, the game... I've done an exclamation mark. That doesn't matter. But the day that it took me years to work out, like, to actually use lists. Yeah, exactly. It's just what I would do is I would essentially make my own version of a list, right? Using arrays. So every time it needs to add something, it would get a held array to hold everything, right? And then the original array would become a new array that would be that plus one more. And then it would copy all the others in and then add that last one in the end. I know, what a great idea. I can't see any problem with that at all. Okay. Right, let's give this a shot. We might just run into an error message straight away, but let's. I'm feeling confident. Okay, so I've changed it so that we're only making 48 this time. So let's have a look at this. And that's 48, that's good. Now let's go back in here. H just adds 1, so 49 and 50. Damn. I was hoping that was going to be 1. Okay. Yeah, because we needed to... Because if I were to add, say, 1 more... yeah, but that's okay. Right. Okay. Okay. Again, I'm not super happy with this. I reckon I'm going to look at myself. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I know, like, because I think there's a few things where, like, I always get a bit of a headache because I did this course which is called NAND to Tetris, where basically it shows it's kind of like programming, but it essentially shows how computers work from the very, very right from the outskirts of literally just electrical components put together. Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. Ah. Because, yeah, it's like trying to understand everything that's going on behind the scenes. You know, that gives me a headache. Like, sometimes I'm like, oh, God, just get it to magically work, you know. It's like, it's the whole argument of how did Duck Hunt work on the NES? You know what? Like, I literally just put it into, it's magic. And then it's like, how does it work? I don't know. It's like, how is it able to sense that the gun is firing at, no, just magic. Put it in the magic box. This is magic. Yeah, I know. It's like, this is a true expression of standing on the shoulders of giants. Like, the reason that I'm able to do a lot of this is, yeah. Oh, assembly. Is that ASM? Is that assembly code? Yeah. Right, so we're going to have... private... get string no, actually build info struct EIS. Okay, now yeah, this does kind of get Control C. Right. Scripts. Okay, this will make sense eventually. What am I doing wrong here? Sorry, I've just got to remember the syntax. Oh no, I'd put the word list first. Okay, yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm just being an idiot here. Okay, hopefully this will work. Oh yeah, we just need to have a break. There we go. Yeah, well I think because that is literally just telling each... Is that where you're telling each pixel to do something? Yeah. Maybe this... Yeah, because the problem is I'm still not 100% sure why this isn't working, because in theory we've removed everything and we're adding it again. So let me just have another quick find all these references. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is a tough one. I'll get there. So I'm just doing a little bit of sort of okay. Oh, I've got a much better idea. Hold on. Will this be... Okay, will this work? Okay, I think all we actually need to do... Oh, my word. This is so much easier. Okay, this is in the Ranger one. This is in the wrong one. Okay, but I think I know what the problem is. This is in the Armoured. Don't care about this. This one here. So we've done all of that. I think if I just did this... attack... No, we're in the attack building script. If we have attacker been... scripts equals build info struct dot bean scripts. I think that might fix it. I genuinely do. So let's give this a shot. This is going to be like, as in, I have a feeling literally just me doing this is going to fix everything. I'm feeling optimistic. Yeah, it'll work. Okay. So, let's go click here. So at the moment we are at 0 bean scripts, which is correct. And I'm just looking at this number. It's building up. Okay, it's now at 48. We're going to press H to add one more, and then one more again. Okay. All right. So now we're getting ourselves up to 49. All right, adding one more. Right, now, moment of truth. Right, if I press H now, this might work. Okay. Yes! Oh, my word! Yes! The glorious 100. So now, okay, so that's brilliant, and I'm happy with all that, and fantastic. E, okay, we can do this, and let's just check that it's still working. I'm going to do a slightly more daring approach. I'm just going to press E again to add another 48, so just check this works. So that's converting into 150 plus 47. Nice. Okay. Right. Yes. Nice. Okay. So the only last thing we need to fix before we can start applying this to all of the things is and this is the big boy. This is the bit where we actually do everything. I think we just need to have this as a while. Okay. Brilliant. So that's adding the 50 each time. I know, I tell you what, I didn't realise. Like, I think what I'm going to do, hopefully, sort of maybe several months from now, maybe a year or whatever, and I've made this game, right? And what will happen is a really properly rare sort of thing that someone's playing.
I'll just let you know, I'll pop over on the desktop deck of the Garden thing.
Okay. Sounds good. Oh, yeah, sorry. I tell you what, I'm just going to be right back. I'm just going to be... Hold on, just one sec. Right, be right back. Right, yeah, sorry about that. Right, let's get back to it. Right, where was I? I just had to sort a couple of things out. Okay. So... Oh yeah, so I'm just going to see if it does work. I want to just know the concept of if you actually recruit, say, 150 things in one go, which, like I say, might never happen. It's like kind of, yeah, like I say, so this was the point which I was going to make. So, however long this game takes me to make, it won't actually be that often during the game that people will see these little 50 signs or 100 signs. And I will know all of the blood, sweat and tears that have gone into it. It'll be like oh my gosh, please, just enjoy the fact that you're seeing the 50 there. Trust me, it was amazing. So we're going to make 148. This is, I think it might cause an error message, but I kind of want to see because I don't know yet. Let's go. Right, just making myself a nice coffee. There we are. Right. Okay, so, yeah, I just don't know how it's going to work. So, ideally, we want to have... that's good. Right, yeah, it's this bit here. When it creates the next one, I don't know if it's going to work. Oh, it is just working. It's just working. Just... Okay. Alright, now let's be cocky and just add some more. See if we get any more problems. Okay, I think this is looking good. Oh, brilliant. Okay. Yes. Oh, fantastic. Okay, right. So now we have just got to apply all of this knowledge. So all of the things that can be like all of the units. So there's actually 5 different types of unit. We have the attackers, armoured attackers, defenders, armoured defenders, and rangers, all those 5. Now that we have this code in place, we just need to essentially do the same for all the other 5. And there is a little bit of code which I'm going to get to shortly, which I'll need to alter. But we just need to have a bit of a stare at something. So here, let me try and work this out. So it's all of this, and I'm not even sure if we use this. Oh yeah, hold on, one sec. Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh yeah, sorry, I had to. Oh yeah, sorry. Some context. Why have I had to keep running out all the time? So, the wind. We had a massive like tornado. Not tornado. It's an English tornado. It was just a big wind, which kind of destroyed. Which blew down the fences on both sides of the garden and our front fence. It absolutely destroyed us, and so my dad is going to give us a hand to get everything fixed. And I'm quite lucky. I'm in these like, oh no, I can't help because I'm streaming, which is like I didn't plan this, but yeah, right. So what we actually don't need this at all. Yeah, that's fine. So what we kind of need to do is, it's essentially all of this. I think this is the only bit of script that we need to like copy and change all the numbers. But this is the structure of what we've added. This is basically all of this stuff here. In fact, I could even... No, I can't be bothered, but I'll just do a little green note. This code deals with having more than 50 units, 50 beans. Yeah, so it's all of this here. So we're essentially going to find... we're just going to copy and paste this into all the others, but change all the relevant bits. So that's fine. Okay. So here's the Ranger. I think we can just simply have Ranger. I just needed to... It's important that I distinguish between non-armoured attackers and attackers. So this can also be Ranger. This will be number of Rangers in line. Uh, 50 number of Rangers in line plus equals that. So I think we just check them all out individually. So this will look a little bit weird because the little 50 banner is going to be going over the building slightly, but I'm going to worry about that later. Oh, also this. We also want to have at the end here attack. No, hold on. Ranger bean scripts equals building info struct dot bean scripts. Okay, so yeah, so we need to change this bit and this bit. So like while we're here, let's just see if this does work. So we're just going to simply just change this to add ranger attack and see if it all works. Because if we've done that, we know that we can just do the same to the others. But yeah. Okay. Okay, so oh yeah, I know why. Oh yeah, okay, I do know why. I know why all of this didn't work, and that's fine, that's good, that's why we checked this. So I did another thing in here. We just need to have this line here as well. Over here, it's literally this exact line, and so that'll put it in the right place. And what we also need to do is, now let me try and work out where we're going. So over here, I've got a few. I added a few quite ugly switch statements, but they do have a purpose. So case, let's go one for all of them. So armored attacker one. Armored attacker, ranger, non-armored defender, and armored defender. Okay. Right, so at the moment we're just simply working on this one. So this will be this is the over 50 Rangers being script. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that needs to be armored defender. Ah. Okay. Yeah, like I say, this is quite hard to explain in depth what I'm doing, but this is all of this is to make sure that the actual building has got the correct access to the correct banner. So we now need to do this one. I think this one's slightly cleaner. Okay. Right. Okay. Non-armored defender, and we'll fix all this in a little while, but I'm just dealing with the ranger. So range being scripts. Okay, right. Now I think I've done enough things that mean it should work. Like, I kind of want to brush over this because I'm annoyed at myself that I just can't work out an easier way of doing this. It's not as though it's going to eat up a bunch of processing power, but it's not nice. It's just not that great a code. But apart from that, it's looking great. Right. Let's give this a shot. Okay, so the ranges should appear like slightly going over here. Yeah, and they are green. That's fine. I mean, they should be green, but they're not. I just haven't done the thing for it. So that's updating. Okay. Now, another problem that I think might even run into this problem right now. Oh, that takes quite a while, doesn't it? Oh, oh, that's interesting. So it's actually firing. Okay. Oh, that's really interesting to know. Okay. So it wasn't just firing 48. It was firing 148. But that's fine. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now we're going to do the armoured attackers because that'll be the next easiest one to do. So let's just go one by one, and then once we have got all this in place, I'm simply going to have the defender building and the attack building side by side, so I can just so it'll be kind of easier. So where are we? We're create. Armour being armour, over here. So let's just go. Yeah. I've just got this little bit of code here. This is basically saying this is where we're going to spawn our 50 banner, and it's always going to be this much different to where the first bean is spawned. It's like in proportion. Okay. Armoured. Attacker armoured bean scripts equals. Okay. That's good. Now we just got. Attackers armoured in line. Oh. This is the 50. Okay. So, is that everything we need to do? Just to just to give everyone the heads up, when I do start animating the little 50 banners, it really won't be that much effort to change it and make it animated. I'm looking. That's going to be just a nice little treat, like when I actually finally get there. So I think that's good. Okay. Right. So all we need to do now is change this to add armoured attack. I know this is probably a little bit time consuming, but bam, yeah. Okay. Right. Okay, brilliant. We've done that. Now we just need to do the same for the defenders. Now we've got a few more little things to add, but this should be pretty easy. I definitely shouldn't have unpaused it because I just want to get access to the defender building. Because I don't know if everyone else does this, but whenever I need to get a script, I could try and go into here, search for scripts, then kind of go round. But I feel like if I can just start the game, and because I know where the script is, I'll just be like, yeah, just start this game, go get it from here, edit script. And then before I forget, let's stop that. Okay. Alright. So, and let's go have the attack building script over here. Let's get rid of this. So we have added a few more things. So I kind of want to keep everything consistent. So I think that goes over here. Number of, yep, that's all good. We don't need that. We want this. Okay. We can just have this over here. So yeah, like when I created this big bean transfer script, this was one big global script which dealt with any sort of bean creation or destruction that we could all funnel through one. However, I've made two separate building scripts that both rely on it. So with both of these, both the attacker and the defender be the attacking building and the defending building, I want to make sure they have a very similar looking code. Oh yeah, actually, while we're here, oh no, I've done it already. Everything's fine. Everything's good. But here we need to change this to get number of defenders. Plus 50 defenders. Plus okay. Alright, now we just need to alter. Have we got an update? Yeah. Right, let's go 152. So that'll be R. Okay, good. Yeah, like I say, we're still going to have problems when we're still not out of the woods even once this has been done, but so yeah, this is what we're after. It's this bit here. We just need to get the equivalent. So this shouldn't be too hard. We're just gonna, this one we can just flat copy and paste because this is exactly the same code. maybe if I make this just a little bit smaller. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. Okay, I know it's probably not super elegant to look at, but it's just going to make life a little bit easier for me. We want all of this. And then, yeah, right. And got a bunch of red, but that's okay. Oh, I mean, this is quite nice. Oh, for some reason it's just made the decision to switch to Christmas music, which is obviously what you need coming late February. How did this happen? Right. Okay. That'll do. Right. Okay, that's good. And we can just copy. Okay. I think all of this is nice. And now we just need to do exactly the same but over here as well. And I'm actually going to be a bit cocky, and we're going to test both the normal non-armoured defenders and defenders in one go. Right, 50 defenders armoured in line. This is armoured defender. That's good. Number of, and then let me just copy and paste it. Defender armor beam script. Okay, right. Okay, this is a bit of an ordeal, but we are slowly getting to the bit where we've sorted our our over 50s. Okay, I think that's fine. Okay. So, add armoured defence. Let's have this as, say, 1, 2, 1, doesn't matter. Okay, so what have we got? R and A. Let's try them both. Okay. First of all, any error messages? Okay, no error messages. Good start. Do I get super cocky and just go into full screen? Because I'm so sure it's going to work, I don't even need to try it. Nah, let's give it a shot. Ah. R does something else. It creates the abomination. No. Okay. Yeah, that was... let's just try A. Let's hope that A doesn't do something else as well. Aha. Okay. Yes, it does. Oh, yeah, of course this doesn't work. Yeah, that's fine. We just need to tidy all this up. I think we can move this back into here with his friends. And we just need to tidy this up. This won't take too long. That's good. Okay. Yeah. Technically, we don't really need this bit, but that's fine. So here, we're getting hold of the Defender building script. And this is going to be for over 50 Defender beans script. That's fine. And, oh yeah. Yeah. So we're just basically, changing this. This should be easy though. One thing that's a little bit confusing is why did the armoured one, why did the armoured attackers one work? In theory it shouldn't have done, but I can test that out. Okay, so that bit's sorted. This is just making sure that we're all the time getting access to the stuff that we need. That's fine. Right. Here. Building script. Right. Right, nice. Okay, right, so we just need to change this. This. Okay, right, so this all this has just been making sure that we have always got access to our particular banner script as and when we need it. So Right, I think we are almost ready to give it a shot. I just want to do one last little thing. Over here. Oh, I'm using it quite a few times, so that's fine. Create a Bombine nation. Yeah, so that's good. And I want to go over here. And where we've got our update function, I'm going to have add ranger attack, and that'll be 122. That's fine. Okay, so we're going to test all of them. We're going to test everything in one go. R, A, H, and another one. E. Hair is hair. Yeah, that's an anagram. That's okay. Let's just test to see if they all create their correct banner. So, Rangers. And this is actually very easy to fix, I think. Like, at the moment, this is a little bit high up. But if I were to literally just make this one, make one thing, I could literally just put a Y, the Y value of this, just down a little bit. Then it fixes everything. But that's fine. That's as good as what we were after. Right, these are armoured defenders. Right, will they still create? Yes, nice. Okay. These are the normal defenders. And then we're going to make the armoured ones. The armoured attackers. Oh. Yeah, no, I think I know what went wrong there. But that's something which wouldn't normally happen, I believe. Let me just kind of backtrack. So we're going to create the defenders. I know this has taken a little while. It was because I was pressing it whilst, so basically this was already doing something, and it was, yeah, it was just giving us grief because we were trying to do two things that should never be able to be done at the same time. And then these are the armoured ones. Obviously these numbers are actually getting a bit big now. They're starting to collide with each other. So it should make one last lot of 50, bunch them all in. And yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So that's another thing that we need to do at some point. That's okay though. Right. Brilliant. Okay, sweet. So now we've done that, I'm happy with the progress that we've made so far. And what we can actually do, set armor total. This can actually be get number of armored. Probably should be a plural there, but that's fine. Yeah, this is just before I delved with having things that are more than 50. So it actually said the armor was only 48, not 148. So I'll do that to the defender one as well. Over here, defense building. Okay, right. Okay. Right, that's actually brilliant. Right, fantastic. So we have done all the things. We've done we've done a really good chunk. Now, we've now got another very difficult thing to do. No, let's do the easy bit and then do the difficult bit. Right, easy first. Okay, if we've got a chance of, like, because the next thing is going to be like dealing with all of these attackers and defenders when they're actually in play. Like coming up with a way to deal with it. Which we can do. Right. So that is going to be closed. And we are going to go into Rumpletown. Official, over 50, red bean, new folder, red bean, blue bean, a new folder here, which I'll just put green bean, and another new folder, which would be armoured beam. The reason that there isn't like an armoured red and an armoured blue is purely because I think it's so small that I'm just going to have them as the same. They're going to still have the grey sort of armour on it. So I think if I do this one here, is this the correct one? Let's have a look. Too much light. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I've actually loaded this one. File, open recent. How do I get to my desktop? Come on. Back one more. Zack. Desktop, here we go. Rumpletown. Beans. This was definitely a much longer method. Okay, all I actually wanted to do was just copy this and put this over here. So that's fine. Okay, so Control S, that's fine. Now, what we actually just need to do is, first of all, file, open, any of these is fine, agree, sure. We just need to copy this and I just need to get this data here. Okay, so we've got the blue. So if I have that as right mouse button, and then I hold Alt and then click there, and then I think if I press Shift R, hold Shift R, right, then no. Okay, why is this not working? I was actually hoping I could just change all of their... Okay, Alright, we might have a bit more of a problem on our hands. I need to work out a way of transform. I mean, it's not actually the end of the world. You know, for the time being, because this is something which I can probably do off stream. I need to essentially have this sprite, but with all these colours. Normally, you can. What if I do that? Oh, it did work. Okay, yeah, everything's fine. Okay. Okay, we're just changing all these colours one by one. It's a little bit time consuming, but that's okay. It'll be a lot easier for the next one as well, though. Because I just need to change one colour. So here I'm going to go Control Shift, save this as in the blue beans as blue bean over 50s. Now, S. Oh, actually no, blue bean over 50. We're going to save it as a PNG. So I'm just creating these sprites. Like I said, I feel I may as well do this here. It won't take me very long at all. Now we're going to get a new one as, say, let's say green, and it's going to be called green bean over 50s. Oh, hold on. No, I meant to save it as an ASE. It's where you've got to kind of make sure that like the PNG is just the actual raw picture, whereas when you save it as the ASE, that's saving the actual Aseprite file, which is kind of what I was looking to do. And we can close this one, file open. Let's just pick, say, this colour here. It's better. Okay, so now we're going to have this on our right mouse button, and we're going to hold Alt to select this, and then just Shift RR. Change everything to green. Oh, okay. Alright, that's okay. This is all fixable. That's something that I forgot to actually compensate for. I need to do that for the blue one as well. I should have cycled through all the different colours. But that's okay. So now let's just go through. We're not getting any more of those. That's fine. So save and save as PNG. Yep. Okay. Now we're going to save as an ASE. And I'm not really very good at explaining this because it is it's kind of my limited knowledge of Aseprite. But it's not coding, you know, it's like kind of it's just me drawing things badly. Here we go. Let's have a look. So save that there. And we do need a grey colour at some point. Yes. I should have actually saved this as armoured. Okay. Now let's go get the sprite, the colour for a open. I think that grey is... No, this one here. Let's copy that one. We can paste that there. So right mouse button that. Yeah. Yep, and then we're going to save it as the PNG. Yep, that's all good. So the only last thing that I need to do, which shouldn't take me too long, is we go File, Open, Bluebeam, ASE, and okay. Right, so save that, and then we're going to save as overwrite the PNGs. Okay, right, we've done the yeah, that's fine. Yep. Okay, right. So we've got all the sprites that we need now. We just need to drag them on top, drag them into the right place, and away we go. Okay, right. So where do we actually put them? So it'll probably be resources, sprites, beans, over 50. Oh yeah. So we need to create some new folders. Create folder Bluebeam. Create folder green bean, and create folder armored bean. Okay, right. Now let me just, sorry, yeah, just to let you know, I've got this on my other screen, so I'm just dragging it over. Yeah, so these are all the armored ones. It's just easier to have it on a separate screen. I mean, technically, no, it does make it very difficult, because if I had it over here, actually, you know what? Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can manipulate it. I guess that works. Oh, I didn't make an ASE for that, but that's okay. Just for continuity, I'm just going to cut this and paste it in here. Yeah. So it is always important. So whenever I'm making any of these sprites, I've always got the actual PNG folders and the ASE. So if I'm looking to do much editing, I can put it all there. But these are just the raw pictures that we're going to be using. Okay, right. Why have I done all of that? I'll explain. So over 50's bean script. So bean amount. So technically we can just change this. So find all references. There is just one. So what we're going to do instead, we don't actually need this bean amount, because every time we're creating it, it's always going to be 50. So it made sense at the time, but it doesn't make sense now. So we can get rid of this. And we can get rid of this. And we can get rid of this. And we can get rid of that. Okay, but what we are going to do is a string, which is exact bean type. Okay. Control C. Okay, 50 is just equals 50. That's fine. Okay, now we're going to have sprite, an array of sprites, which we're going to have over 50 sprites. There's only 8 of them, but when I say over 50, I mean it's in there. Over 50 sprites equals null. Okay, now we're going to switch our exact bean type. And let's go into here. Because we can copy quite a lot of this. Let's just go like that. Let's just copy this whole thing and just delete a few things. This will be the quickest way of doing that. Okay. Yeah, I think this is the quickest way. It might not be. And over 50 sprites equals resources dot load load all, and then sprites and break. Oh yeah, just one sec.
Coffee.
No, I'm good, but cheers, man.
Okay.
Ah, rock and roll. So that's all good. So yeah, we've got all the sprites that we need. We just need to actually get the references, and then yeah, let me just go get. So yeah, in fact, let's go make this a bit easy. C. Okay. Right. So now we just need to put all the references, chuck them in. And while I'm here as well, we are going to select all of these and make sure we make all the changes that we need. So pixels per unit, 128, point filter, and none, and apply. Copy path. Now, in theory, I could just copy this and then just change one little word each time, which I think is probably the way forward. So at the moment, all of this code is just basically getting all of the sprites that we need for the particular banner. I should have just called them banners to begin with, instead of saying over 50 banners. So that will be armoured. Ranger is going to be green. Non-armoured is going to be blue. And armoured. And I just think that's good. Let's just have a quick check. I think I've got all the spellings correct. So now that basically all of this, we've got all of our sprites now it's gonna. We'll eventually change this bit, but that's fine. We'll do that later. We are going to simply have Aaron.instance.play forward continuously. Over 50 SR. So we put in the sprite renderer into there. Our animating sprites are going to be over 50 sprites. The finishing sprite isn't too relevant because, yeah, and the animation speed. Ooh, I can't remember what I did. I think it's 1.25. I think that should be fine. Okay, play forward continuously. So in theory, that's all we need to do. We just need to work out, find all references. So it's only actually going to play it. So here, we just simply put right. So yeah, I've just changed this so that the thing that we're putting in is just simply the string of what type it is. Oh, fair enough, man. Have a good meeting. I'll see you in a bit, man. Right. So now, hopefully it should all work. Everything should work. Let's give it a shot. Okay. Yeah. Right, and what I'll do now, while I'm still thinking about it, let me just wait just one sec. Kind of want to select. So, if that was, say, -2, maybe minus 1.5, 1.75. Okay, I think -1.75. So while we've got this, it's not going to be much effort at all. I just need to change a particular number into something slightly different. Let's try that. I'm sure this will probably create other problems, but that's fine. That's a bit too low, isn't it? Maybe that's all right. Yeah. Right, okay, that looks good. Let's go, let's try our armoured ones. Yeah, this is looking nice. But yeah, it'll be one of those quite nice moments. Like I say, when this game is all done, and everything's looking good. Oh, hold on, I need to change that. But that's okay, we can fix that. That's no problem. Yeah, we've got 100 there. We can. That should be 121 armor. But yeah, like I'll let people know the blood, sweat, and tears that went into making these banners here. That's good. And E, these are the armoured. Why is that? can't quite work out why that is the case. I might need to... Yeah, so for whatever reason, the armoured ones... I'm just trying to work out exactly why the armoured ones were starting a little bit off. Try... I feel there might just be a certain variable that I just haven't changed. Oh, I didn't mean to press that. Okay. Oh, hang on a sec. Yeah, okay, right. I didn't quite... yes, okay. I think I know what the problem is. Maybe. Probably should lower these numbers so we don't have to wait so long each time. But that's 50. Then we're going to get 50 more. Now all of that's ready. Now I'm going to press E. Okay. So we've got to work out why it's creating it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's starting. Oh, okay. I know the problem. Yeah, everything's fine. It is literally, for whatever reason, it's getting the wrong number. It's thinking the number of armoured numbers in line is the same as the Ranger. I'm pretty sure that is literally just a tiny... Somewhere I've got the wrong number. And we'll be able to find the culprit quite easily, hopefully. Damn, that's it. That's the one. In fact, this is... Yeah. I don't know why I didn't change that before, but this is fine. This should be number of... Oh. I think we just get rid of this. Don't think we need this at all. Yeah. I just had an extra bit of code that I think when I was copying and pasting, I just forgot to take out. So let's just double check that works. Let me do something which will be useful for future endeavours. And in the name of diplomacy, let's go. Let's just check that's all working now. That is, yeah, it's just a simple. Yeah, this one should be fine. Okay, so let's go give it a play. So with that knowledge in mind, oh yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, and the only thing you need to do as well, yep, is I've worked out what we need to do. Not this one here, it is over here. No, over here. We're actually setting the armor total after we've set that. And we're going to do the same for the defense. It's purely because it's setting the armor total, but it hasn't actually got all the correct information at this point. So there, we just need to have that underneath. Okay, so that is... so we've now dealt with that, and we have created the banners. We just now need to, and I have no idea how to do this, deal with the concept of when we're being attacked, yeah, like how all the units are going to react when they're doing their respective thing. So, How do we do all that? Right. I think all of these, each one is going to be its own separate challenge. I think we do the easiest one first, which is, believe it or not, the Rangers. I think the Rangers, because when... Yeah, and this will hopefully look really fun. This might be really fun, because I want, you know, like, for example, like when the enemy attacks and damages the building, it's going to kill a massive bunch of, like, about 1 million Rangers all in one go, and they're all going to kind of, like, get out of their 50 and just explode. So I think the Rangers is going to be the easiest one. So let's go into the attack building. Let's close all of this. Oh! Oh, yeah, this is... right. Of course, yeah, I need to... Now that I've done this, there's a few other things that will probably need fixing as well. That's okay. Make Rangers splatter routine. So, number of Rangers to splatter... I'll tell you what, I'm probably going to call this here, because this will be, I think I'll need like a proper sort of fresh energy. I might even come on later today to fix this, but this, like, I've realised this is quite a big task that I need to do, and I think I'm going to just kind of chill, walk around for a little bit, and I might come on later this afternoon. I'll see how I feel. I just realised this is going to be quite a tricky thing to do. But I'm still happy with what I've done today. I think I've just realised that it's like I will need to have like a separate thing, because all the 5 different types of units have different ways of reacting to like when they're being used, if they've got with the 50 banner. So like the armoured ones, when they're taking damage, they're going to take damage and then have to like lose their armour and move over. The Rangers should be pretty easy, because if they're taking damage they just all die, which will be quite fun to animate. And yeah, it's at different times. So I will, for the time being, I'm going to call it here. But like this, yeah, I think I'm looking forward to actually getting this all sorted, but I realise I don't quite have the brain capacity right now. What I'm going to do, if I do anything off stream, I will make sure I've explained everything, like when I do get back on, because there's a good chance I'm going to have a little sort of tinker, a little play around, and then like I'll work it all out. It's just, yeah, it's like I've realised now that I've done, believe it or not, even though it's taken me 2 episodes to do it, the creating of the 50 banner is the easy bit. The hard part is getting them to all use, all be used correctly, and that will just require just a bit more time, a bit more thought and consideration. But yes, right, awesome. Anyway, thanks for sticking around. I will see you guys later. All right, bye.